Good evening. It is February 18th, 2018, and we are going to be doing Lab 6 of Week 6, where we will be doing environmental testing on microbes, where we will be testing for the bacteria's salt tolerance and pH level tolerance as well. So the first exercise that we are doing, we're going to test the salt tolerance of two bacteria, S. epidermidis and then S. cerevisiae. We're going to be doing that by inoculating a total of 6 tubes. The tubes are going to be labeled 3 of S. cerevisiae and 3 of S. epidermidis. And of the 3 tubes, they all have different NaCl or salt, that's NaCl, which is the sodium, which means sodium, levels. So one test tube for S. cerevisiae and one test tube for S. epidermidis will have 1% solution of the NaCl. The second would have a 7% level of NaCl, and the third will have a 15% NaCl. We're doing this, and then after we inoculate, we'll wait 24 hours to see the results in which the microbes can adapt to the salt tolerance levels of the environment. We're going to begin by inoculating the first test tube of S. cerevisiae. First, we're going to make sure that both vials of the cultured bacteria and the vial of the NaCl 1% solution are both sterilized by passing both vials through the tea candle, the lids of the vials through the tea candle. So to begin, just do this like so. Through, wonderful. I'll take the cultured broth, pass it through as well like so. Ooh. Dropped some wax on me. Perfect. And then we get an already disinfected pipette, which I had left in alcohol. Make sure it is dry. You can shake it dry. Just make sure it's dry. Make sure you don't breathe on it either. And then you get from the cultured bacteria just a little bit. Don't need a lot because we're only going to be doing 2 drops. And then we get the bacteria. Perfect. My apologies. Great. So we are going to do the 2 drops of the cultured bacteria into the test tube. Like I said, we're doing S. cerevisiae right now. Test tube 1 of the NaCl 1% solution. So we just do 2 drops. So we do 1, 2. Perfect. And before we cap both vials, you have to run it through the tea candle one more time just to disinfect it. Right now we just need to cap the test tube vial 1 with the NaCl solution of 1% first, because we're going to do the remainder 2 for the S. cerevisiae. I'm going to do this really fast, just off camera. And that's basically all we do for the 6 test tubes, 3 for S. cerevisiae and 3 for S. epidermidis. Great, so now we are going to be doing the second exercise of this lab, which is the pH level tolerance testing. And we are going to be doing that by having 6 tubes again, 1 for each of either S. epidermidis or S. cerevisiae of a pH 5 or pH 7, which is neutral, or pH 9. So for the vials that are pH 5, I'm going to be doing 1 drop of HCl, and for the pH levels of 7, I'm not going to be adding any other substance other than the bacteria. And then for the pH level 9, I will be adding a drop of the NaOH as well. So this is these drops that we're doing is going to alter the pH levels, so it can correspond with the number that's on there. So pH 9, pH 5, pH 7, no drops because that is a neutral pH level. So we do that, of course, just by disinfecting the cups like we did the first episode through the tea candle. And we do this for both the culture broth tube and then the test tube that we are going to be inoculating. Make sure everything is labeled. We take a disinfected, we do it to the cultured one as well. My apologies. Perfect. Actually, I'm going to disinfect both first test tubes of pH 5, just so I can inoculate both of them with the HCI. Perfect. So then we get the HCI. And we add 1 drop into each of the first label vials for both S. cerevisiae and S. epidermidis. We'll add the bacteria after. So we do 1 drop. Into each one. Perfect. Perfect. And then we'll start with the S. epidermidis. We will now disinfect the cap of this by passing it through the tea candle. And then we'll get a disinfected pipette again. Put that out. Perfect. And then it says 2 drops of the active broth into the test vial. So we're doing the S. cerevisiae. We'll do 2 drops. 2. Perfect. And I'm going to do this for S. epidermidis, and I'm going to do this for the remaining tubes as well. So we're done with both labs. We're going to come back tomorrow to check on the results of them. Great, so it's been 24 hours since we've done the test. We're going to review the results. For both tests, a clear vial means a negative result. And for both tests, if there is turbidity inside the test tube, then that is a positive result. So the first one we're going to look at is the salt tolerance test. We'll look at the S. epidermidis ones first. So here we have, with the salt of 1% level, salt of 7% level, and then the salt of 15% level. I would like to say for S. epidermidis, it thrives at the 7% level. And then we're going to do the S. cerevisiae levels. So this is S. cerevisiae with the NH level of 1%, NH level of 7%, and NH level of 15%. Perfect. So that one has lighter turbidity in all of them, but there is some turbidity in there as well. So now we're going to do the test results for the pH level testing. We're going to start with S. epidermidis as well. So this is S. epidermidis 5, pH of 5. It's a little bit there. pH of 7, bacteria is thriving at the neutral level of pH. And then 7, where there is some turbidity in there as well. 9, which there is some turbidity there as well, but is definitely thriving at pH level 7, which is neutral, which doesn't surprise me. And then we're going to look at S. epidermidis. So that was S. cerevisiae. So S. epidermidis of a pH 5, there is turbidity there. pH 7, which is neutral, there's turbidity there as well. It's about the same, I want to say. There actually might be more turbidity in the pH level 5. And then pH of 9, which there's barely any turbidity. So I would like to say it thrives at a lower pH level versus a higher pH level. And those are the results for the tests that we did. Until next time, this is Anna Rivas, and once again, this is week 6, and today's date is February 19th. Thank you.